Hey guys, it's Jessica and Rod here. It's carding night here in the Sanchez home, and we are so excited to get some well dressed with pretties tonight. We have a tradition here at our house where Rod always gets tequila ready,
That's right.
and I always have a beer just in case we card. You need to celebrate a little. And Rod's always been a great carding partner to have. So check out the post he wrote, which I'm so thankful for.
Dad corner.
Dad Corner, on how to get your husbands to cart with you. It took some convincing, I'm not gonna lie. But he has some great tips on how to get your husbands involved as well. So hopefully this video will help you. It's a mix between screen shares and us talking a little bit to help you have the most success at carting. We hope that you learn a lot and have some success in the future.
Good luck.
So let me show you how I go about my carding night. First, I typically go to the Facebook page of whatever brand I'm going to try to cart. Tonight it's Well Dressed Wolf, one of our favorites. I typically go to their load so I could see sizing. You have to remember with boutique brands, sizing isn't always 100% accurate. Sometimes they will tell you it's running small or large or true to size, so something to definitely want to check out before you cart. So if you go to their page, you can see here through the details, the gather dress, which is one of the ones loading, fit is true to size, to our opinion slightly small. There's further details on the facts page. The other item, the grow dress, is true to size. And then the boy shirt is true to size as well. That's something you just want to make sure you don't want to cart and then read that later and realize you got the wrong size after the rush. Here's a link to their fact page if you wanted to look into it further, and that would go back through the fit suggestions. Typically, if it says run small, I size up one size, unless I want it to be more of a vintage length. So here's where you could go through and read what the exact details are for that release. The other huge important thing that everyone needs to look at is where it says cart limits. So every brand's going to have different cart limits, and also every release the cart limits may be different. So it's something you definitely need to be aware of, because if you cart over the limit, they will usually cancel your order, and that would be so sad. So for tonight's release, the cart limit says 1, household limit 3. So that means that when you check out, you can only check out one item at a time. As a household, you can have 3 items sent to your house. So if you have a carting buddy who's trying to cart another item for you, you both can cart an item sent to you. Or if your husband wants to help as well, you can each get 1 item, totaling 3 for your household. If you try to put 3 items in your cart and then check out, you're going to get an error, and by the time you get out, usually Well Dressed Wolf sells out fast enough, you're going to miss it. So definitely be aware of your carting limits. It's very, very important. So after I've checked the carting limits and what the sizes are, before release, usually about 20 minutes before, I typically go to the site. If you are new, you need to go to create an account and just quickly create that. Or if you've carted before, you can go to sign in. When you get to this page, you want to make sure your address is accurate. That you want to make sure it's shipped. They cannot change that afterwards. And another huge important step is you need to click on your cart and make sure that it says 0. Sometimes if you've carted recently and you weren't successful, you'll have an item still pending in that cart, and then when you add the item you're trying to get tonight, it'll push you over your cart limit, and then you get the error message and probably miss out. So those things are very important to look at if you're trying to be successful. As you can see, it says there's no products available. If you're new to this, right about 2 minutes prior, you're going to want to keep hitting refresh. And you'll see this once I actually record the carting process until it shows up. And you have to be really fast. You need to know your sizing and you need to just click and go. I also recommend, I typically set up in the notes page, I will take my credit card information, at least the credit card number, and I copy that so that it's not seen. Say, this is random numbers. I would copy that and have that ready, and then I always memorize my expiration, just so that when I get to the checkout process, I can quickly press paste and then type in my expiration to make it as fast as possible.
So before it's time to cart, just another reminder to think about is that sometimes brands have carts that hold. And when I say that, that means if you're trying to load a couple of items in your cart, depending on the cart limits, you would have time to go get your credit card or go get your purse. And as long as it's in your shopping cart, the item's going to hold until you check out. Other brands, the cart doesn't hold. That means once it's in your shopping cart, if you're not fast enough to check out, it can still drop. That is always the worst. So my rule is always act like your cart does not hold. Always be ready to get in and out as fast as possible, just in case. Because some brands let you know, some don't. And then sometimes a brand will have a cart that holds a couple releases and then it stops for the next few. So you just always really want to be prepared. The other tip that I wanted to let you know about is to make sure you're aware of the time zone the company posts. Some companies go off Eastern, some off Central, so you can't always just assume they're all the same. You need to make sure you are correct on your time in your local time zone or you'll miss a cart. And that has happened to me once before, so I learned it the hard way and hope I can prevent you from doing that too. It's almost time to cart, so we're going to finish up getting ready here, and then I'll post another screen share of hopefully getting the item we're trying to get tonight.
Okay guys, it's that time. I'm so nervous. Just a couple reminders, make sure your credit card's recorded on a Mac. You can press Command R to refresh the page. It's a little bit quicker than doing just the refresh, I think, but I'm not 100% positive on that. So I wish everyone the best of luck carding tonight. I hope that you guys get everything that you want. And I hope that I snag something too. So we're at 6:59 my time, 1 minute before, so this is where I just start refreshing. I'm going to go for an 18-month size. Usually on nights where there's multiple items loading, like tonight, it should be a slightly easier to cart than when Well Dressed Wolf releases one item. Obviously everyone's trying to get just that one thing, so it's a little bit more intense, so I'm hoping tonight isn't too bad. And speaking of multiple items, another thing to consider is whether a brand is doing a staggered release or not. And it is up. I already copy and pasted, so I just put that in. Super fast. And yay, I hopefully got my dress. Awesome, so exciting. Sometimes I go back and see, because you can recart something else, because it is the one cart. So sometimes I'll go back and just see if it isn't. And if it says sold out, you refresh nonstop, and sometimes someone's cart will drop. So sometimes you can still pick something up, even if it says sold out. Oh, see, I had it and then I dropped it. You have to be very careful when pressing refresh. No! That's always the worst, guys. I got refresh happy, and that made me sad.